Okay, the second Black Panther trailer got released today and it looks great. I did speak about this in a previous video. What I want to talk about here very quickly is just kind of a reminder really on the recent history of this film. This poster was released during the El Capitan Theatre event in October 2014. That really great event where they announced a lot of the things that were coming out in Marvel Phase 3, which we're currently within. Now, let's actually rewind. I mean, this poster, as you can see, said November 2017, but it got nudged. And in place of that, we get Thor Ragnarok instead, which was another one of the films that they announced at that event. But let's quickly rewind. Let's show you some footage from that event. It's about a minute and a half long. We have Kevin Feige, the producer at Marvel Studios, on stage talking about the concept of the Black Panther movie. And originally, he talks about it being released in November 2017.
Existing franchise characters, one new one. So I think it's time on November 3rd, 2017 to announce a new one. You guys want to see a new character for the first time? Here it is. Himself and all of Wakanda is one of the most unique, interesting, fascinating, and integral characters in the entire Marvel Comics history. We want him to become that in the Marvel Cinematic Universe history. And in fact, we have already started seeding things in the films leading up to this moment and to the reveal of his. And as a matter of fact, something I already showed you today contained an Easter egg that leads directly to the Black Panther. He is very, very excited for us, tapping into the advanced African nation of Wakanda and all that comes with it, the family drama. He's a bit of a prince, he may become a bit of a king, but it's also about how this isolationist country of Wakanda needs to meet the world. Maybe it goes well, maybe it doesn't. We will find out on November 3rd, 2017. May 4th, 2018.
Okay, so that was a great event back in October 2014. Definitely something that was memorable in terms of the Marvel Cinematic Universe history behind the scenes anyway. So Chadwick Boseman was actually there in attendance at the El Capitan Theatre and was on stage with actors Chris Evans, Captain America, and Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man, and really showed that he had the great kind of team player spirit and the right dynamic with those guys, which was also evident in Captain America Civil War, obviously, that came out last year. A great cast in this Black Panther movie anyway. Michael B. Jordan, who was great in the film Creed, interestingly was also in the Fantastic Four film from 2015, which was a failed project, but directed by Ryan Coogler, who also directed Creed as well, like I say. And it looks like he's doing an amazing job with this visually, judging from the trailer that came out today. I'm really looking forward to this. I feel like this film's been kind of forgotten about with everything else that's coming out, obviously. Immediately we've got Thor Ragnarok, and then the big one we've got with Avengers Infinity War. This one's kind of sandwiched in between, but I feel this one really will rival both films potentially. Just really optimistic about this, and it does feel very fresh, which, like I said in my previous video, is exactly what we need with this franchise, because we did see with Doctor Strange last year, not exactly a heavily criticised film, but one thing that was fairly a legitimate criticism was that it felt like a bit more of the same. It was kind of treading some of the same ground that the first Iron Man did. Then again, it is an origin story, I guess, so you can't really avoid that, but at least with this, the Black Panther movie does seem like it's not so much an origin story as such, because we've already established who the character is, but there's going to be more to it than just the usual kind of formulaic thing that we seem to have had a little bit with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It doesn't work for everybody. I personally am comfortable with it, but there you go. Now, obviously today we had the poster as well for the Black Panther movie, and this poster looks really nice as well. Kind of got a zoomed in frame here, but you can see when you zoom out, it really does look nice. So nothing but good things to say about this movie, as usual with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm not a fanboy, I do like DC stuff as well, but it just seems to me at this moment in time, Marvel seems to be doing better. I wouldn't have said the same thing a few years ago when the Dark Knight trilogy was out, but you know, I'll just call it as I see it. So that's the Black Panther in terms of where we were 3 years ago compared to where we are now. Like I say, the film got nudged slightly because of a few of the reshuffles that went amongst the Phase 3 movies, namely the Spider-Man Sony Marvel Studios deal. Obviously that kind of added things into the mix, so a few films had to kind of get nudged down slightly, but other than that, that October 2014 announcement has been fairly accurate. Obviously we had the Inhumans disaster, but that's a separate matter. I've spoken about that elsewhere. So they pretty much stuck to what the plan was, for better or for worse anyway. So I'll leave it there, not much else to say. I'll be reviewing Black Panther as and when it comes out, and I'll be following this in terms of news. If you want to follow us, you can do on Facebook. I do tend to post regular updates on there. It's easier than doing videos for every single bit of news that comes out, so you can find us on there. You can also find us on Instagram as well. Obviously you can subscribe to us on YouTube, so for now I'll just leave it there and say thank you very much for watching.